Christian, Eminem said, "This $1,000 that I have in my hand is like what Candace Owens did to her race. I have abandoned it." Abandon. But I don't know what that. But the bar, Christian, I have abandoned in it. Abandon $1,000, but abandon. Candace Owens abandoned her race, according to Eminem, not to me. Crazy shit. But anyway, this.
Strong intro. Very good. Well done.
Christian, you are a prick. You're a fucking prick. It is what it is. Anyway, no one's gonna hear this intro anyway. It is what it is. Episode 24, perfect replicas. Okay, Christian. We mentioned this already, right? We love when there's homework that's done in the background. What kind of homework? 2 exam officials are telling us about this dungeon that we have no intro, no history about. The author's way of saying this is a very fucking unique dungeon. That's why this shit is yet to be conquered. Let's let the exam officials give you guys, the watchers, some background as to why this shit is as potent as it is. There's a monster. Homeboy or homegirl, it's 2025, progressive, is called Spiegel. A monster. And then, not just a monster, they created a fucking era for that shit. That used to be in some, I forgot what this said, but it appears in some sages' heroic tales they mention, as in more background. It's like a Wikipedia page for Spiegel. Not just, oh, this is a monster. No, this is a monster who came from there, and a sage in this era dealt with that monster. This monster is able to read you. Go ahead, Christian.
No, the mythical era, because they mentioned this in the past as well. And I forget, it was a while ago, but I did bring up the significance of this era and how it touches on the fact that there is a lot of history that we have not been exposed to yet. Especially in these couple episodes, they're talking about there's a king who is, I think, created this dungeon, and then there's a mural that we see in this episode that has a bunch of imagery that is it's all from the Age of Mythology. I would really like to hear more about this Age of Mythology, because that predates the Demon King, and I have a feeling that Kraft and whatever he did was in the Age of Mythology. So I really want to know more about that.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. And he's just giving us little tastes, very, very small tastes, but it's not being forgotten, this Age of Mythology thing.
And what's crazy too, well, not what's crazy, a monster that potent is only inside of this dungeon. So imagine the monsters who were roaming around the planet around that time. Like that's such a passive way of demonstrating your skills by trapping people who comes in. Not trapping, by replicating people who come in. You're that powerful, you're not out there ravaging. Or just to show you the caliber of like probably average monsters in that era.
Remember how when they first introduced us to Einstein, the hallucinating monster?
Yes.
Where, like, you said something to the effect of, "Oh, what if the illusions actually attacked?"
Yes.
You wanted to see that, and it's like, here you go.
Yes.
This is a monster
that's true.
Exactly that.
Yeah, because they can only speak. They can only like lure you back to him so he could eat you. Yes. But these are bro. Yeah. The fucking exam official said that. Like, these are perfect replicas with substance, with the ability to copy your mana, your skills, bro. Just damn. Like, you're fighting you. You're basically fighting you. And no one has ever conquered that dungeon. That's how he finished off. And then tie back in, beautifully done again. This is why Sun Tzu's not been kidding when she says she's a pacifist. Like, we did see, like, she's encouraging teamwork. She's not giving them a test where their mana has basically nothing to do with it because they're catching something that can detect mana. This test is basically based off of teamwork, critical thinking. There's some good, old-fashioned working together to conquer type shit. So she really is not about that fight, even though it involves them fighting themselves. But of course, if they stick together, they'll be victorious. So Homegirl is a pacifist, not Christian. This author, Christian, that we mentioned, as this foreplay that's going on, this edging that's been going on between Land and Übel is just, it's just, you know, what Übel and fucking Land is doing, man. It's just, and she loves it. It's like, she loved the fact that she's with a dude who just doesn't give a fuck about her, and it just, it's, you know, she's already, I don't say broken. She's already like twisted mentally as a person. And someone who enjoys killing, you know, Crab's like, you got eyes of a killer. So meeting a guy who's just like, you want to empathize with me? Fuck that. Just leave me alone. You still walk with me? I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna keep walking, bro. She just can't wrap her head around why she's sticking to this man, and it bothers her and turns her on at the same time. Christian, just like, bro,
You're coming at these characters from a romantic angle lately,
bro. Christian, I'm telling you, man. She's just like, daddy, chill. At some point, she's like, take me now. And of course, the holdback, you know, like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. She's like, oh, stop it, but don't stop. He's like, okay, it is what it is. You're cut, baby. Take my bottle, baby, please. No, bitch, it's fine. I don't give a fuck about that bottle. Oh, daddy, okay, I'm gonna go fight for you. So this is what she said in her head. It's like, bro, this is not what this is at all. But I fucking love the dynamic between those two. My boy is careless about her existence as a whole, and she latch on like COVID. Like, shit. She needs a bad boy, Christian. She needs a man. It's like, and Land, who would have thought Land, the most nerdy looking dude, but because of his nonchalance, is out here just getting her wet constantly.
Okay, all right, baby.
All right,
okay.
Yeah, you can cut all these out, Christian. No one's gonna hear these things. Anyway, you tell me I'm the only one that feels this. Okay, again, the show's not about that at all. But like, you don't see this at all between them.
I mean, maybe not as intense as. I mean, I could see because she's a kind of character where, you know, as intense as she is, she needs somebody that can like absorb that intensity, I guess.
Woo!
Like,
okay.
Like she would need somebody who's like calm, cool, and collected. Probably like that's probably who she would mesh well with. So the fight with Ubel and herself, some great lines that she was she had such a damn good assessment of the situation, and the way she was describing it internally I loved it so much. Like, whoever miscalculates the distance first loses the battle.
Yeah.
If we're evenly matched, then who wins will come down to luck. And I think this is a scenario, because I mentioned in one of the previous episodes, I think 2 episodes ago, that one of the proctors, I forget his name, the one who was with Sensei, he was like, skill or luck is skill, basically. But I think this is a situation where luck is a lot more at play here, because like she said, they're really evenly matched. And you could make the argument that if you were so well prepared as a mage that even in this scenario you could rely on your skill rather than luck. But I think I think luck really is the strongest factor here in this fight. And it was incredible, from the things she was saying and the choreography of the fight too, like the animation. We got spear combat, we got first person perspective, we got foreshortening, which is a film technique, we got fisheye perspectives, which is also another film technique. It was just it's sometimes in anime there are moments in an episode where clearly they pour a lot more animation into whatever's happening, and this is one of those moments in this episode. They really put a lot of effort into that fight with Ubel and herself.
Yeah.
And Ubel, by the way, that means bad or evil in German.
Jesus, she's just more enticing. Like, you know how some guys, right, because of her egos, a lot of us, of course she's hot, Christian. You know how the phrase that I can change her, or like, oh yeah, this girl's actually bad, don't try her. She haven't been with me yet.
Hey, listen, I can fix Ubel, okay?
I know. Right. So as much of a red flag homegirl is down to her name, I can see the majority of guys, if this woman exists, which there are some Ubels out there. Yeah, there are. I mean, like, bro, nah, she hasn't been with me yet. And bro, red flags, I don't care. I see green flags, or I don't see no flags, bro. I don't see color. I'm colorblind.
In the modern world, it'd be a girl who, like, the level of evilness would be like if she tries to frame you for sexual assault. Like, that's like an evil that you want to stay away from. That's if a girl wants to kill you, maybe consider it, but she wants to throw you in jail, ruin your reputation. Okay, that's where you gotta. Maybe you don't try to fix her.
Maybe just stay away.
Yeah, maybe that's the brand of crazy you do not want to.
Oh my god.
Fuck with.
Yeah, Christian. Anyone sane would not want to be in that situation. The whole world can agree. Actually, no. But no, the world is just, no. You'd find people that says, I want that. Like, you find guys that say, she has not been with me yet. Like, crazy shit. I love that fight, too. That fight was pretty sick. Another thing that I realized, I thought she could temporarily steal a power, but it looks like it's a permanent thing. Like, as she's fighting herself, she's like, okay, I need to see her full body. Or I don't need to see her full body so I can channel Sorganil, if that's how you pronounce it. Who's Sorganil's move? Wirbel's move that she saw an episode ago. That she tried on land, which, she want to tie him down. she tried that shit on land. And Land's like, bitch, don't fucking follow me. Oh shit, next scene, they're whining and dining in some restaurant. Didn't show us the aftermath. She walked out of there drunk. So did he. But anyway, it is what it is. That's not that kind of anime. But yeah, the fact that she can take your power and have it. That's insane, man. And she doesn't have to transform into you. Like, she's the closest to Mystique to me in X-Men. But Mystique needs to turn into you, like a replica. But a replica, literally, to do your thing. But she stays Ubel and stays stealing powers at the same time and keep them for herself. That's a crazy power to have, man. Like, that might be one of the best powers I've seen out of all those mages. Like, she's just collecting powers, Christian. And all she needs to do is empathize. And she has a pretty face. So she can empathize with anyone. If she was like repulsive, like, bitch, get away from me. We don't want to talk, but bro, like, Ubel out here telling you, 4 eyes. I know what you want, 4 eyes. It's like shit. Auntie Christian? Yeah. Yeah, Ubel, she's the one. Yeah. She's the one. It's insane. And this whole thing was a test to get some more empathy from the brother. Now, I wonder when she empathizes to the fucking fullest and get to create clones, if she's still going to stick around him. Or their clones are just going to be smashing. Like, Ubel 100 is smashing, Land 150, and the number ones are chilling somewhere smashing too. Just regardless. Yeah, this whole thing was a test because she found out when he rejected her bottle that, hey, he doesn't want anyone's death on his conscience. He's a good guy. So for that reason, she created a scenario where her death would be on his conscience, which would have forced him to appear. And she's smart, Christian. She got the looks. She's devious. She's sneaky. She is smart. She's badass. Bro, what more do we want? Like, what more do we want, Christian? Clothes. What do we want?
Okay, wait, no. It's good you didn't hear that. Well, I did that anyway.
Okay. We discover Fern found a mural, and then to fucking tie it to last week's episode of when Sensei asked Fern, why the fuck do you do the things you do? Because it makes her happy. Frieren found the mural. And she's like, oh, that's cool, it's a mural. Fern is gazing. This is beautiful. Frieren sees that Fern is gazing. Fern is smiling, and then Frieren smile. Bro, this back and forth feeding into each other's happiness, not feeding into, like happy because you're happy thing is such a reversible door with these two. Like, it's just, these people are just, like, that love is so beautiful. Like this, I mentioned already, this mage apprentice, mother, daughter, sister, guardian, just it's some crazy shit, man. Like, these people are living for each other's happiness at this point. And what's a better way to demonstrate love than that, right? Like, wanting to please your partner, not sexually, and they're not partners, but like wanting to make them happy. Like, that's the most genuine kind of love there is out there, because it's devoid of malice. It's just solely off keeping the other person in the best mood possible, which puts you in a good mood too, regardless of what they're into. We have to go in a dungeon? Fuck that. It makes Frieren happy. It is what it is. I'm staring at a mural of some colonizer who probably had a bunch of slaves that I don't care about. Fuck that. If it makes Fern happy that she's staring at this colonizer, I'm happy. I don't know if the king was. Most kings were. But anyway, it is what it is. They might not hear this because Christian might edit it out. I'm just going to repeat this after anything after anything outlandish that I say. just so I can remember myself, even though no one's going to get to hear it.
So basically, I'm going to cut you out for this entire episode, right?
This entire episode. This is going to be this Morgan Freeman soliloquy of just Christian trying to womanize people that get womanized by his voice. You never know. There might be a big growing following, Christian. You never know. But regardless, it is what it is. And Methode, that we mentioned, she's able to thoroughly microanalyze a mage, I guess. Like, to check if Frieren is indeed impervious to restraint magic and hypnosis magic. Hypnosis magic, yes. And Frieren was not lying. She is, but the hypnosis magic is guarded by some old spells, which, Frieren is ancient. Okay, there's a way to fix it. Go ahead. What, Christian? I don't know what that means, Christian. Saying it 4 times doesn't ring any bell. Like, what are you trying to say?
Nioi, Pierre. Nioi.
I don't know what that means, Christian.
It means you smell nice in Japanese.
Oh, when she's squeezing, bro. At this point, Fern is just territorial. That's it. Yeah, all this, don't touch her, you're a perv. Fern is just secretly in love with Frieren and want Frieren for herself. The way Fern took 3 steps forward and start pulling this girl after hearing that she's saying someone smell nice, I'm like, okay. You're obviously just very jealous, and she has sister zoned you, and you refuse to stay in the sister zone, which is a joke. Anyway. But yeah, she was like, you smell nice. I'm like, bro, that blonde girl, Christian? I know this is all anime, but like...
like, where is your girlfriend today?
I get to say these things because this is just anime. This is all the anime. Anyway, you've been trying to introduce me into hentai, so now look at me objectifying these stick figures. it is what it is.
Like, no joke at this point, if you dive into the world of hentai, I don't think you're coming out.
I might not have time for this podcast.
These things you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have time for the gym. I might have time for the podcast. I will make time for my girlfriend, of course, but work is gonna have to be debatable.
Like, I don't think you know how intense the hentai industry can get. Like, there are people out there. There are teams dedicated to copying the art style of Frieren and actually animating hentai. I don't think you would last, bro. Maybe
I really don't know.
Well, you know that out of your head, because it might be dangerous for you.
Hentai actually is not in my head. It's not a joke. I'm full of fucking hormones and testosterone. If I do see something that's like shit, I'm like, okay, I can see it. I'm not blind, but I don't know. It's porn is never real. Like, to be real, 100%. I don't really like watch porn like that. I actually have not that crazy of like a sex drive or even like get horny a lot and shit. Like my teen days, of course, as a fucking, I don't know, 14 to 16-year-old or 18, but then I don't know, I'm like an old man sexually, literally. Just unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe like starting at a too young of an age can do that to you, but yeah, this is all just talk, man. Fine, we will, Christian. When we get to South Africa, I'm telling you, we're gonna rent out a movie theater.
Whatever you need to tell yourself, buddy.
Okay. It's a hard life, Christian. Life is hard. So yeah, you're right. And of course, the only person that can crack this little weakness opening that she has in the hypnosis magic side of things, because the spell that's holding her up is very old, is Edel. I hated that we didn't get more of Edel. Just the intro that I got, I loved. Like a little girl, well, I don't know her age, but she's petite. Maybe she might be extremely wise, but just the fact that she's not What's up?
Is that the one who was doing who has like the ability to do the hypnosis?
Yes, the one person they need if they can get her to, because that's how they would defeat replica Frieren.
Okay.
If they were able to get her, which unfortunately they didn't. But yeah, that was the plan. Because they're like, hey, how can we hit you with? Is it restraint magic? And she's like, no, I'm immune to that. They're like, is it hypnosis magic? Frieren's like, I'm immune to that too. Method, they analyze Frieren, and she's like, okay, she's correct. She's immune to these 2 things, but the hypnosis magic is guarded by very old spells, which a specialist might be able to break, which they can ask any of those, the team members here is a specialist, and Middle Day does this fucking weird count of everyone that's here, even though they're not present. Like, her power's vast, I guess. Or either she remembers when she was close to them. Like, she just did a quick count of who here is a specialist in hypnosis. She's like, oh yeah, Edel is. But she doesn't have that much. Either she knows Edel in real life, not real life. Either she knows Edel's outside of the test, or that's what her power is. Her ability to just know your strengths, like know what class made you're at. There's a woman in X-Men who's like that. She plays in Devious Maids. And she's this black girl who knew everyone's category of mutant in X-Men. Bro, she got to Magneto. She's like, what category you are? I don't see your mark. Or I don't see your scar. And Magneto's a survivor of the Holocaust. And he pulled up his arm. He's like, woman, that's the only scar I'll ever get. And I'm never going to get any other fucking scar. Because, they have to tattoo the Jews. That scene was fucking sick. That's X-Men, Christian. Which I would recommend you to watch if you want to. But you like hentai and shit. It is what it is.
It's a crazy... They made him a Jewish person in the Holocaust? What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Magneto's a Holocaust survivor. Ooh, Christian, you're missing out. Ooh, in Days of Future Past... No, First Class. Yeah, because some of their pasts are extremely dark, man. Like Mystique, I think Mystique had a dark past. Xavier took her in. Magneto was literally in the Holocaust, getting experimented on. Until one day he got tired and broke the glass. In First Class, he broke the glass. And regular X-Men, the 1, 2, 3s, like he bent the fucking gate that was holding them back, I think. Yeah, it's pretty sick. No, it's pretty sick. Magneto's past is a sad one. Such a good character, old Magneto and young Magneto. But yeah. No, this episode was so fucking good. I watched this shit for like 2 hours. This might just make my fucking. Honestly, Christian, this made my top one. Out of all the anime you showed me, it's only been 5 or 6. This is up there, man. This shit's fucking good.
Like Frieren as a whole, you mean?
Yeah, this anime as a whole is fucking great. Details, I love details. The storytelling, it's insane, man. But anyway, yeah. I'm grateful you fucking showed me this shit.
The girl who was stabbed by Sensei's copy.
Edel, yeah, the hypnosis specialist who never got to make it to Frieren because she got stabbed. Yeah.
Yes. So we get confirmation from her that mana can create objects out of nothing. Mm-hmm. We talked about that in one of the previous episodes, or I brought it up when I was talking about Hunter x Hunter, and it just they can make things out of nothing. It just takes a lot of mana to do so, and mages would prefer like the ratio of how much mana they use for defense versus offense. Defense takes up so much mana that they don't want to create things out of nothing because that also takes up so much mana. So they would rather just use whatever's in their environment, like how some mages would use rain as their weapon, or some would use flower petals, like we've seen in the previous episodes. So when I was talking about Hunter x Hunter, and I brought up how tapping into a state where you are hallucinating would be very useful in a world that enables you to manifest whatever's going on in your imagination.
Yeah.
This episode gives a little more credence to that theory, especially because Eri said to be a mage like Sensei, who controls the uncountable amounts of hairs on your head, that requires superhuman imagination. So there's an aspect of the magic system that I wanted to touch on for a while, but I can't until like the future episodes. But it's like there's this delusional element to the power system that ties into what Eri is saying, and it also tied into what Richter said in the previous episodes, but I can't talk about it yet until it happens in the story. But yeah, it was that little monologue she had exposed more about the magic system. It's very important. And that will cascade into the future moments of the story, for sure. So it was a great little moment from her. And for us to learn.
For the little time that she was there, I loved her character. I don't know. I wanted to see more. Because she looked like a little girl. She might not be a little girl. I love how reasonable she is. Because if it wasn't for these other fuckers, she would not have been dead. Like, again, I've already finished this shit, so I know these other niggas. I already finished this.
She's not dead either.
I already finished this fucking show, so I know these other guys' fate, like Blay and Bunstay. I think those are the other two guys. She analyzed the situation. Guys, we're going against a fucking strong ass opponent. We should just retreat. It's a wonder that we're fucking alive still. Let's go. Edel, are you sure? How about if we do this? How about if you try to hypnotize her? I don't know what that thing is. I don't know if it has a mind. I'd have to look at her in her eyes. But shit's about to get real, so we need to go. Just like if they just listen to that, it bothered me so much. I hate when I don't get to see more of a character that I like right away. And just again, this is not about me, right? This is what the show is. But for one of these two guys to make it and not her, it just baffles me. It was like when Sam Tarly got one of Jon Snow's boys to die because he refused to stay with Tyrion and the women, and nobody talked about this guy's death, and it fucking pisses me off. Like, motherfucker, you can't fight. You're a chubby dude. Stay underground with the women and the children. Like, you didn't watch last season of Game of Thrones, Christian, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, like if they listen, they probably would have been able to run off and find the other group, and that probably would have been the strategy used to kill Replica Frieren. But she tried to hypnotize her and realizing she doesn't have a mind. She doesn't have a mind. She's just precisely mimicking the functions of one. Bro, I love the wording. Like, oh, I fucking love the wording. Yeah, this is not, yes, those replicas are mindless, that's true. But their ability to replicate everything is borderline flawless that you would think they do. That's insane. You know how scary that is, Christian? This is just an anime. We're never going to see this in real life. I hope technology doesn't get to a point where shit like that's happening. Not in our lifetime.
That's definitely going to happen in our lifetime.
Oh, shit. Okay, well. Yeah. That's some... Yeah, I read an article when I was in high school, I think, that they created a sheep, I think in France, and then just let it play with other sheeps. I need to find that article. If I dreamt this or I read this, I was just like, Jesus. Like, God. But anyway, human beings, man, we're always fucking testing our limits. Everyone else is playing their role. The animals, nature, everyone else, everything else except for us. We want to be gods. But yeah, it's some crazy shit. The homegirl ended up dying, which is sad. She break the bottle and she makes it out. Hey, what's up, Christian?
No, I'm assuming you were just joking when you said you died.
About we want to be gods? When I say we want to be gods?
No, when you said she died.
Oh.
She didn't die.
No, she didn't die. But her... by death, I mean, we will not see her anymore.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she homegirl didn't die. She's back at home. She's getting nursed. But that cut went through, Christian. But anyway, she said, I don't want to get hurt anymore. So I'm assuming that's hope that she's not dead. But... yeah, she got carried out. Yeah, Christian, before we end this, right, let's touch briefly on Wirbel and Sharf and Edel's fight. Like, Wirbel's like, and like, Edel, like, you would beat us in a simple clash of mana, but, like, I know how to win, and I'll win, and he brings down the roof. Like, how does that mean he won? Like, that's just you bringing the roof down on her. Like, the words he used, the music that matched it, felt like something someone would say if they just KO'd someone. But that, in a crazy way. But all this dude did was just bring the roof down on the replica of Edel, and he's like, I know how to win, and I'll do it anyhow with any opponent. And I'm just like, that threw me off so much. I was like, am I missing something here? Like, you didn't do anything crazy. Do you know what scene I'm talking about, Christian?
Yeah, I mean,
like, what did he do that warranted this exit? Like, I don't understand. I really could not. I rewatched the scene like 5 times. I was like, am I missing something here?
Well, it's just the cleverness of like being able to beat your replica by using their environment. Like, it's you just outsmarted the replicas. That's basically what happened.
Cool. Okay. I like Wirbel's character. Like, I praise Homeboy all the time. Like, he's dope. But yeah, okay, yeah, he outsmarted them. Cool. And we see again Übel and fucking Land just gallivanting around, bro. They're on a fucking picnic. He's starting to like it. She's been hooked, but he's coming around. He's here by choice now. He's not even running away. He's basically holding her hands. It's like, yeah, these two are doing their own thing. Like, we see Kanye and Lalavine like running, and we just see these two just promenading along the boulevard of this dungeon. That's Chuck Rhodes from Billions. My friend was simply promenading against the boulevard. Crazy shit. And of course, Fern comes up with a solution. Notice Feren's reaction, Christian? It's almost like she's proud that I've taught you so much that you think, not that you think, I've taught you so much that you know you can kill me. Like, she was smiling when Fern raised her hand up and she said, I can kill Frieren. And then they zoom in on Fern's eyes to show you the reflection of Frieren, still smiling, saying, okay, all right, let's come up with a strategy then. I'm like, bro, that's so beautiful, man. You know how many masters have resentments, or not resentments, or handle seeing growth differently? I'm speaking about Hyzen. I was afraid because I saw what Stark can become. This is not fear from Frieren. It's just awe. It's just like, wow, I've done a good job. I'm so proud. Like, look at who you've become, bro. I took you from this poor little girl from Hyder. Look at you now, raising your hand, saying you can kill me.
Yeah, you very could have. You probably could have said it a little nicer, like, I could kill the replica.
I know, right?
she like looked Frieren dead in the eyes and was like, I could kill you.
Yo, these Gen Zs, man, have no respect for the baby boomers. It was fucking insane. It's like, yeah, I can kill you. I was like, what the? Oh, yeah, the fucking the black in me. I was like, bitch, if you don't shut. I wanted Fern to pick up her shoe, be like, if you don't shut the. Kill who, bitch? Kill who? But no, it was cute. It was cute. I liked it. Very nice. No, the relationship is beautiful. I love what I'm seeing. The author's doing this well. For someone that's not emotional, like to be emitting so much feelings that we can see at her pace, done so beautifully, so gradually done. Nah, man, it's this author's hitting all the right spots, bro. Like, we're getting some sassy vibes, we're getting some arched backs, like we're getting some spins on beds, bro. It's just, man, not him or her, she's him or he's her. But regardless, it is what it is. Christian, what else do you have to say for yourself?
We will see you in the next one.
Okay, it's a hard life. All right, great. It's been real, folks. I'm going to sleep. That was episode 24. 4 more to go. Rich King.